Hey guys, it's Chloe, and today I am here with a brand new video. First things first, I am sorry that I sound like a man. I just got back from like a bingo night at Hamburger Mary's and my voice, it's gone. Well, it's disappearing. So yeah, I'm sorry that I sound like a man. Today I am here with a non-spoiler book review. It is very rare that I do non-spoiler book reviews. Normally I do spoiler-filled book talks, and I was gonna do this with this book, but then I figured it'd probably be better to do a non-spoiler book review in order to get my feelings and points across. And I didn't write any notes for this, so I'm gonna wing it. So today I am talking about Defined by Others by M.C.V. Egan, and this is a book that I got from Indie Book Fest back in October. I was able to meet the author there, and she came to the panel that Elizabeth and I did, and she gave me her book at the signing. This is one of her books. I believe she's written 3. I think the best genre to describe this book as is like an adult contemporary. That's how I've been describing it in my head, but I'm not really sure if that's right. I do know that this is an adult book. I got that. The problem is I can't figure out if you would define it as like a contemporary or like a contemporary slash, I don't even know if it's considered a thriller. The synopsis of this book, like at least like the first like sentence or two, reminds me of the TV show Grace and Frankie. If you guys know what Grace and Frankie is, it's these two old women and their husbands come out of the closet and they're actually in a relationship with each other. That's what this reminds me of. So we have our main character Anne, who's 47, and her husband comes out of the closet as gay and is in a relationship with the husband of somebody who I believe she like went to high school with. Her name is Connie. And that's how Anne and Connie are sort of like reunited. And then on the other side, Anne has a friend named Amanda who dies, and she goes to her funeral. And it turns out that Amanda left Anne this like whole, I guess the best way to describe it is this whole like blackmail system of people that they're friends with or that they knew in high school. And it's like controlled blackmail. And that is the best way I can think to describe what it is. And this is sort of Anne and Connie learning what they've been given, starting to use it themselves, and learning about each other and themselves and the lives of these other people that they've known forever. It's this whole game of manipulation. And that's honestly the only way I can think of to describe this book. I read this book on and off over the course of 2 months. I started it on the last day of February and I finished it on May 1st. So it took a while for me to actually get through, but I was also having to put it down to read like Once Upon a Read-Along books and books that had to get done. But I finally got it done. I ended up giving it a 3 stars. I wasn't sure what sort of rating I was going to give it. I thought it was alright. I thought the concept was interesting, but I think there were some parts where I was just confused as what was going on, and that may have been a result of because I was continuously having to put it down and pick it back up. That may have been the problem with it. I think if this is the type of book that interests you, then it's definitely something that you should pick up and give a try. There is a sort of like twist that happens that I honestly wasn't expecting because I didn't know how this book would end. But now that I like think back on it, honestly I shouldn't be surprised that that's how it ends. Their master manipulation plan has to have an ending at some point, and it's like, how are you going to end a book that's about manipulation? And I didn't know how that was going to be done, but I think it was done really well. But I also think at the same time, the actual events were sort of like really sudden, and the whole scene went by very quickly. So I did enjoy this book, but my big problem with it is there's a lot of typos and just some editing issues that could be fixed. With indie books don't go through the same type of serious critiquing and editing that traditionally published books do when you're going through like a major publishing house. But I still think that even though it is an indie book and it doesn't go through the major type of critiquing and editing, that it should still be, you know, looked through and looked at by a couple of people to make sure those like editing mistakes are fixed. Like there were some grammar issues and some like added words that kind of didn't make any sense. But for the most part, that's really my only major problem with this book. I do know that she just released a new book. I think it's either a book or a short story. I don't remember. And I probably will read that. She also has a historical fiction novel, but it's based on like something that actually happened. Because I'm not a big historical fiction fan, I probably will not be picking that up. But her new release, that it released a couple weeks ago, I think, I most likely will be picking that up. If this sounds like something interesting to you, I definitely recommend at least giving it a try. So guys, that is all I have for this non-spoiler book review today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like a behind the scenes look at my life, you can check out my second channel, Chloessence. And if you'd like to see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post those. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!